What is up, internet? It's your boy Tanku, and I'm really excited about today's video. This is a subscriber requested video, of course. So I'm browsing Instagram, checking my, likes on the thumbnails that we always put on there, and one of our Instagram followers hit me up on the DM, said, "Hey Tanku, have you read this manga yet?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't read this manga yet." He's like, "Dude, you should really check it out. I want to know if you think it should be turned into an anime or not." So I was like, "You know what? I'll go ahead and do that." And I did. So do I think it's good enough to be turned into an anime? We're going to find out after you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And let's go ahead and get started on this one. This one is Tonikaku Kawaii. It means fly me to the moon. And this manga is adorbs. We have our main character, Nasa, who hates his name because his parents named him Nasa, and he always gets made fun of because, NASA, as in NASA from America, the space program, and the kids always make fun of him because he's a Japanese kid. His name's Nasa, and he decides he's gonna work so hard and he's going to be known as NASA, better than NASA here in America. So he does nothing but study, and he's good at it. He's a natural at it. He doesn't worry about having backup high schools or anything like that because he's so confident in his skills for studying that he doesn't even need backups, and he has what it takes to back it up. The kid is a genius. He studies, he learns things, he picks it up, and he is bright. Well, what happens one night, he's walking home, and he lets his guard down. He sees this girl, and this girl, and to put it in his words, is the cutest girl he's ever seen in his entire life, and he just has to meet her. So he starts walking towards her, not paying attention. Truck's coming, bam, about to hit him, and they do this big thing about how he meets. That's how he meets Tsukasa, and Tsukasa basically saves him. Somehow, she took the hit for him or something. You have to read to find out. But that's how he meets her, and he, of course, instantly falls in love with her because he says, "This is the cutest girl I've ever seen in my life. I will do anything to be with this girl." And so, injured, everything like that, he follows her because she's like, "You're gonna be fine. Ambulance is coming. Good luck with your life. You'll never see me again." And she takes off. He's wounded. He runs to her, and this is just in the beginning, right? He runs to her and he sees her, and he's like, "No, I have to date you. Date me." For some reason, he's like, "I don't know why, but when I look at you, I fell in love with you. Please date me." And she basically tells him, "You know what? I'll tell you what. If you want to date me, you have to marry me." And he doesn't even hesitate. He's like, "I agree. I'll marry you just so I can date you." And then he passes out because he's freaking injured. He wakes up in hospital. Girl's nowhere to be found. He becomes depressed because, this girl's gone. He, doesn't know what's going on. So he doesn't even go to high school because he misses entrance exam because he was in the hospital. And he decides to become, I think they call him Ronins over there. But he does all kinds of odd jobs. He's really smart. He actually makes decent money because he's kind of a minimalist. And 2 years go by. Nothing. One day he gets a knock at his door. And Tsukasa's there. Saying, "All right, here's our marriage certificate. Let's get married so we can get this started." And he's like, 2 years he hasn't seen this girl, and out of nowhere. And of course, as soon as he sees her, he's like, "You know what? I'm going to roll them dice. Let's go ahead and do this." So the entire manga is about their marriage. And like I said, this is one of the most adorable couples I've seen in manga in a long time. He's super in love with her. She's actually super in love with him. As you read, you find out why as they grow together and just the cute things they do for each other. Of course, you meet some of the friends along the way. There's a bathhouse they like to frequent, and there's a lot of they're really meta when it comes to oh, this chapter is gonna be a bathhouse scene, or this chapter is gonna be a school trip scene, stuff like that. So the manga gets a little meta, which makes it funny as well. What sets this manga above some of the others that I've been reading is Tsukasa's mysterious. Again, she shows up after 2 years. You don't know where she's been or what's going on, and they drop hints about her past, about her, because you don't really know much about her. I mean, you learn little by little, and it's more about them and their relationship. But her herself is very mysterious. I have a few theories. I'm not going to share them here because I really want you guys to read this one to see. Because like I said, they're dropping little tiny hints here and there as to what she could possibly be, who she could possibly be, if she has any kind of powers or anything like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They drop hints. They're very subtle, so you can miss them if you don't pay attention. And so, yes, this manga definitely should be turned into an anime. It's a straight slice of life romance. That's it. But again, it has that little twist of the mystery with Tsukasa in it. And so that would be a very great, anime to go on. There are a lot of slice life animes out there, but again, this one has that little twist. It doesn't rely on anything itchy or anything like that. Every time they try to give each other a kiss or a little peck, they get super embarrassed, and they got that cute factor going on, the adorable couple factor. So yes, I definitely think that this manga needs to be an anime, and they need to make it quick. I got super excited when I started reading it because it was, again, subscriber requested, and I was like, okay, let me check this out, and instantly I read it. That night I read like 50 chapters, I want to say. I was very, very tired at work the next day. So yes, I greatly appreciate you guys as my subscribers suggesting me this stuff, because again, I read a lot, I watch a lot, but there's still stuff that even I miss. So keep them coming, guys. I appreciate it. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, please, because it's going to help us grow and get my reach further, and get, your guys' reach further, keep these interactions going. And of course, if you haven't, joined me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, send me a friend invite. I'll friend all you guys, no problem. And everybody have an awesome, awesome day.